Imagine watching your $2.3 million retirement portfolio shrink, day after day, while everyone tells you to just ride it out. That's exactly what happened to Richard Palmer, a 68-year-old retired aerospace engineer in Scottsdale, Arizona. His story started when the markets took a nosedive during the 2022-2023 volatility, but it didn't end there, because Richard made a decision that changed everything, and it all started with one free gold IRA guide. Now, before we get into Richard's story, let me show you why so many high net worth retirees are quietly moving portions of their portfolios into physical gold. Just last month, the Wall Street Journal reported that institutional investors are increasing their gold holdings at the fastest rate in over a decade. Why? Because inflation remains sticky, interest rate cuts are on pause, and geopolitical risks are piling up. President Trump recently stated that the U.S. economy is being deliberately destabilized by reckless spending and weak leadership. Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen quietly admitted the U.S. debt trajectory is unsustainable. That's not a conspiracy. That's just reality. And if your retirement is tied up in traditional assets, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, you are directly exposed to that risk. That's exactly what kept Richard up at night. I've spent 40 years saving and investing, he told me. I couldn't just sit and watch it evaporate. I needed a safety net. So Richard took action. He rolled over $742,000 from his traditional IRA into a gold IRA. Not everything, just a smart portion to hedge against market chaos. And within a few weeks, he had actual physical gold held in a secure IRS-approved depository. No gimmicks, no pressure, just protection. But here's what most people don't realize. Gold IRAs aren't just about avoiding losses. They're about gaining control. Gold has outperformed the S&P 500 over multiple 10-year periods. It's private, it's tangible, and it's outside the direct influence of central banks and Wall Street. And when the dollar loses purchasing power, which it has dramatically over the past 2 decades, gold holds its ground. That's why billionaires and central banks are buying more gold than ever before. But here's where Richard's story gets better. Last December, his former employer went through a corporate restructuring. His old pension? Slashed. But because he had already diversified into gold, he wasn't panicking like so many of his peers. I'm sleeping better. And more importantly, I feel like I'm leaving something solid behind for my grandkids, he said. It all started with that one free guide and a 15-minute educational call. No pressure, no sales tactics, just real answers to real questions. If you have $100,000 or more in a retirement account, IRA, 401k, TSP, don't wait until the next financial crisis to find out what your options were. This isn't about fear, it's about responsibility. You've worked your whole life to build a legacy. The question is, what will you do to protect it? Click the link, get the free gold IRA guide, and schedule your one-on-one educational call. No free silver gimmicks, no call centers. Just you and a professional who will walk you through what it would look like for your situation. Because your retirement deserves more than hope. It deserves a hedge. And like Richard, you might just find that peace of mind begins with gold.